Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sound Equals Concept Remaster Live with me, Alex. Hello. Hello! This week we are working on Beast Theme, the fifth and final track of Sound Equals Concept 1. And I'm just going to check. I think that logic's going to work. Okay, it's not. I know how to do this. And I'm going to fix it, hopefully by next week. Let's put in that. We have logic. You may have noticed I have some new features for the stream in the intro. I'm not going to go there because I don't have a microphone on those, so you won't be able to hear me explain them. But I put a little bar upon request of what song plays in different sections, because each of different, like, in-between sections have different tracks from Sound Equals Concept playing. Okay, and then we're going to need audio too. So, one moment. This is going to work. Has to. Okay, it's working. Here is Beast Theme. Fun fact, the track after this, which starts Sound Equals Concept 2, is called Battle Theme. Originally they were switched, but I thought that it fit narratively better this way. But it was supposed to end on Battle Theme. But, again, it just didn't fit narratively. So, here it is. I'm gonna hope the audio is working. Pretty sure it will. Let's give it a listen. Alright, that's Beast Theme. Now let's see how we can make it better. One thing I noticed right off the bat, I think that the drums feel like they should carry the song, and they're not quite carrying it. So I want the drums to feel, like, really present. Another thing is, I picture a lot of bass for, like, the weight of this creeping creature. So I want more bass. The bass is pretty thin, as is. It's cool. I kind of want to switch to single notes because we're losing a lot of, like, harmony there. I like this piano line. It's simple. This was this is kind of my response to Godzilla by the Blue Oyster Cult. I really like that song, and it's like the perfect Beast theme. So it's like, what if I make something sort of like that, but not quite as good? So this is the result. It has kind of that marching, ominous chord thing. So I see a D major third. Ooh, and there's a C sharp or a D sharp major third. And what is that? Is that a fourth? Yeah. F sharp fourth. Okay, so we have some interesting motions. I'm just gonna pull these down to C because that's easier for me to parse in my brain. Okay, so I see right off the bat we have 3 half steps, which is chromatic. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I think most of it follows this loop, so it should be okay. Nice. And let's actually see what each of these elements does. I tried to color code some of them, but I couldn't tell exactly where each one sat. So that seems like a chord thing. That's what the strings do. Ah, more chords. I like those to be yellow. Harp. That's a low part. I think of this more as this higher part. So I'm going to do this like in the middle. A little bit of a lead part, kind of amping up the energy. Looks a little weird. And the volume rises. Be pretty hard to play that on guitar, but possible, which is nice. I want a better electric guitar on here because that is not inspiring me. Just because it doesn't really have any punch to it. I had to turn the distortion way down. I think we can turn it back up and make it sound better. That's a nice line. Is that the same one as before? If we had more time, I would figure out all these harmonies, but who cares? If only I care, I can do it on my own time. Instead, let's color code all of those. And should we just jump right in on the drums? Let's listen through what the drums have to do. Seems like the pattern kind of repeats, so that's easy to work with. And let's bring it back to the beginning. So it seems like we're moving just between this kick, it's a lower kick, it could be either kick, I guess, and a tom. I want a different tom, just for a little bit of color. How about here? It's nice. I think what really gives weight to toms is putting the kick under them. So let's see how this works. That'll fill out that sound a little bit. I'm liking that. It's feeling, I feel the ominousness, which is basically the whole point of the track. Looks like this part loops, and then we have a little fill at the end over here. Cool. I think we could maybe do a little bit of velocity trickery on that so that it sounds a little more natural. Very simple fill, but I think it works. Then we get this. That's a very fast kick to play. I'm not a very fast kick player. I want to do this on toms instead. I'm not actually going to play this very likely, but I want it to feel like I could, or at least someone could. I want to go up, so let's reverse that. Oops. Bring this up. that just rolls. Oh! Are we doing a fill here? Did I erase that? Yep, speeds up. That is very unplayable. At least for me. I guess you could do a good double kick. I don't have a double kick pedal, and I don't have the skill to play a double kick pedal either. So let's clean a few of those out. Let's just do it on a more intense mid-tone. Let's roll it. Too high. Now this is feeling more like a drum part. And what if we even just ditch this one kick? Okay, now it's getting a little bit of a groove. I can support that. Let's bring that in. And then it looks like it's just one short bar. That's cool. Looks like this is that same pattern. Then we have our fast part. It's probably be fun to play. Should try it sometime. Because it's fast but very simple. Looks like most of the song alternates between these two grooves. And it looks like we have a fill there. I guess it's the same one. And then fast, fast, fast. Okay, so we're all fast, no fills. Almost surprising, there are no snares in this song, so it has kind of a plodding pace to it. Interesting. I think that adds a lot of tension. Generally, I think that removing the snare kind of keeps moving forward, but it's not grooving, really. It's like, I don't know, it just keeps moving forward. I think Rock Growl would be decent for this. Let's see if I remember how that sounds. Yeah, something like that. So, let's see what we're doing on bass. Okay, that almost works. Wow, that's a lot of chromatics. It's almost making more of a percussive sound, which is nice, but I'm losing the fundamentals. Let's just, you know what could be cool? Let's cut these out of the bass. Oh, I think I made a mistake. When transitioning, those need to go up an octave. Yeah, there we go. Still, it's a little bit thin. What if we cut these? This was my original thought. Let's put those down. Do these on another bass. Does that work? Kind of high up. Oh. Do we dare do the drop D, or should it go down? That's kind of cool. I think that'll be the intro. I think that'll actually maybe come in later. You know what I'm hearing? I think these are all playing in unison. Yeah, it looks like it. I think we have different chords here than what we're seeing. What if we change things up? Maybe this is a B chord, a B minor chord. Is that right? Maybe not. Maybe it is a D major, and then a D sharp. But for sure, these could be sus chords, or I bet they are inverted. Honestly, it's how you would like to see them, but also how you'd like to hear them. So. That's it. Glad I noticed that. Let's just make sure these notes are what we want, because these could also be a C minor chord. Ooh, and that would give us a walk down motion. I'm tempted. No way! It's the same progression as the end of Journey theme. I think, could that be it? It's not sounding quite right. What progression would that be? Oops. What am I trying to do? There. That's not the right instrument. That's not the right chord. Okay, that doesn't sound right. What are we doing here? Okay, so it is kind of like almost a Phrygian thing, although I think it's not. Yeah, it wouldn't be in key, but or the first one would be minor, so it's like a. These are just random notes, basically. They're supposed to be dissonant. That's the point. So we'll run with that. Cool. What if the bass mirrored this line? That could be fun. It could mess up the harmony a lot. So we'll just see if it works. Oh, I think I like that. Maybe this is too much. Could it go down? I hear this more like that. I think it's we're getting somewhere. And what if we groove in another chromatic? Already doing chromatics, why not throw in one more? Does it work? Got space for it. It's too much. But I think this bass line works. Okay. I'm gonna need to see if this how this sounds. Though you cannot see it, I have a bass here. Gonna see if it works on an actual bass. So like, oops, there's the high note here. Ah. I think it works. I'm gonna go with that. Maybe it's too much, but you know, my bass lines are always too much, so it'll just stay on brand. Okay, back to the topic on hand. Where should this bass line actually play throughout the song? Oh, and we can actually drag over this upright bass part. Okay, now I want the bass to go into how many subdivisions? I'm going to try this, and then I'm going to go with double as many to see how it works. Oops. There. Cool. I want more. I want more. Just drop the bass out here. Or what we just do to the... This gives it kind of a nice rhythmic element without having to have the drums in. I don't want the bass to come in quite yet. Or should we just do like a single note? Like kind of low velocity too. About 60. Not on the bass yet. More alarming. Perfect. I think, what do I have for automation here? Okay, a slow build in the drums. I want all of the drums to be a little bit louder. I automated probably all of these. So let's just see how many we can go through. Oh, it's just the first ones. Because I probably made copies of them. Let's see how like a 2 would work. Okay, now it has some space. We're going to turn down the toms a little bit because they're a bit much. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, those are nice in that part. It kind of opens up for the drums. Do a crash here, maybe? I feel like it's missing a crash. I want to keep the energy up here. Can we do eighth notes on something? Like, what about like really high up on the bass? Like, let's just grab this bass line, pitch it 2 octaves up, say. I just want it. We could even do it on like dead notes, like really muted. This is too much so far, but I think it could work. Honestly, what I really want is like an a white noise synth drone that's doing like a percussive thing, but I don't want to have to make that. It's going to take a long time to watch me do that. So there may be a different solution. What if this moment was like a little bit larger? We need to pan all of this out too. Let's just start with this. Let's put the bass here on the right. Want the strings to go on the left a little bit. What if we even do something like this? Now they have some space. So this will be living kind of on the left, I think. Actually not. They're kind of more on the right. So let's turn side up. So that could work. I need to check if I've automated it. that'll mess things up later, but I've said this before, but I like the bass like right down the middle. Ooh. This guitar does like a really fast line. What if we do half on the left and half on the right? That's something I like doing. Let's just take these top notes. Starts on the left, moves to the right. Okay, and then it lost a little bit of energy. So we'll just need to turn the volume up a little bit. Let's put it at like -28. It's a nice multiple, easy to remember. And how about it goes up to 5.5, say. Even pan it more. Kind of dramatic. And what if we even do more? Sometimes I worry that if you pan things out this much, that it starts to not sound like a guitar anymore, because you normally hear a guitar in like the one spot the guitar is. But we're just going to ignore that and see if it sounds okay. And I think we'll get a cool sound out of it, even if it's not like super accurate sound. It doesn't always have to be perfectly accurate. So okay, yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. Get rid of those, get rid of those, and then these. I may have done this wrong. I always forget how to do this right. 1, 2. Oh, that was my mistake. Those stay. These, yeah, these go up here. And then that sounds kind of cool. I think I'll keep it. 2 duplicates of that along the way. Let's see. This goes all the way up. Oh, so then we're just gonna drag a copy again, but we're gonna go into the automation. Just get rid of the first one. Come on, go away, automation. You served your purpose. And make sure we get rid of those two, and then it'll just roll. And then we'll do another copy, and we'll do the automation in reverse. So pitch these all up. Where were they before? I think it was negative 5.5. I do things on a consistent set of numbers, so I don't, just so I can remember where they go. It's the only reason. Okay, oh, and it looks like we need to do bass here. Let's bring this in. Let's not do the melody. So just let this one ride out for a little bit. And then this will just be a duplicate of the rest. And we will cut that and let it fade. I kind of don't want this to fade out. Like that. What if we cut everything here? Except the bass. We just let the bass roll for a moment. Even shorter, more staccato. Less staccato. I think that'll work, but we'll just pull the bass back because now it sounds messy, or like it's going too long. Ooh, nice. There we go. Okay, do the drums need more panning? Also, what's going on with these crashes? Are these like... That's fun. What is that? That's a fill on the crashes. I've never done that before. Okay, I have done it before. I've never played that before. And I forgot that I did it here. I think to make our drummer not go crazy, we're going to get rid of those toms there. And I bet we do the same thing out here. Nice. What if we double this melody? We do this bass line. Oops. That was a mistake. Let's do this bass line one more time on this bar. Because I think we have kind of like an extra bar in here. That's it. Where were we with panning? We have the strings pretty wide. This piano could maybe be like a little wider. Oh, that lives in like the 60 to 40 range. Let's put this at like 20? Or is the guitar there? We want space for the bass too. I think that works. It's too loud now? I hope not. Do a little work on this guitar. It's not quite right. Also, I want these to be just a little bit quieter because since we doubled them, they are playing mostly at double volume. So let's just put them at like -2. It's a good spot for doubles, I find. Or, you know, where are we already playing stuff? We're playing this bass on the right. Let's put these a little bit on the left. So the leftmost one will be at -2. I think it already was, but that's okay. And this one will go to -5.5. So it'll have a little more presence there. And then I'm going to have to select all these, see if I tagged them anywhere else with volume, which I did not, which may have been a mistake earlier, but it helps us out now. So, how's this? Okay, I kind of want, what if we stick a Tricio in there? It feels slow now, like it's losing energy when it should be hyping up energy. Let's do something a little bit wild. Let's bring in this piano part. Actually, I'm going to do that. Let's bring in this string part, which is the same as the piano part. Shorten all of these. We're just going to do a Tricio on, oh, I can't do those on here. Well, maybe sustained strings will work. The simple way to do a Tricio is okay, that's not quite right. I think a little bit higher would work. Oops. And I can't do it on the last one. So, there, you could even drag a copy and do it an octave up. This would be hard for one string player, so would probably be a few of them. Let's even go to like double time. What if we at least to be more staccato? I'm gonna bring out the full strings. Those will help. It's not the same string set, but it'll work. And then I can slide those down to staccato. That'll give it this sound. And this isn't quite the pattern. Ah, I don't want a tercio. I want it to go back and forth now. Do that, copy that. So it's just playing. It's kind of an interesting pattern, actually. Imagine we grab this, join all those, we just cut that melody. Could this work on the second set of strings? Oh. It will not. We'll have to make a duplicate. That's okay. Let's put that all the way on the right. Let's actually put this back at 40. So it has some space. Kind of in that middle area. It should go to staccato too. That sounds kind of cool. I don't know if it works, but it sounds cool at least. Do we dare bring in electronic drums? Going a little crazy on this one, but it's the fun of it, I guess. After Party kit I used all over this album. It's actually not my favorite kit, but it has some pretty nice hats on it. So let's open this up. And just want a hat. Like this is a shaker, I guess. Turn it up too. Just really something really subtle on the right side to balance. I don't know if this is the right sound. Oh, it's also on really low velocity. That could maybe work. So it's not actually a hat, it's a shaker, but they fulfill the same purpose. And just like really fast 16ths. So how does it sound with this? Just running through there. I really want to like, I'm gonna like crush this way out. I don't know what all these do. I'll be honest. Compressor that'll help. I don't even know how you would use a compressor on a preset. More technical than I am, but I'm gonna try and crush. Some of that. That'll work. Let's just take the high down way down. That's not it. Let's just try the EQ. It's only for this part, so we can mess around with it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. know, the last chorus has to have everything in it, obviously. Bring something more. There we go. It's working. Turn these down a little bit. Not too much. I think we can even just go into the... Do we have a control just for hats? Yeah, we'll just high cut a little bit. A swell there. I don't know if like a cymbal crash is too much. Actually, I have a piano part. Do we dare reverse the piano? Actually, what's the last chord here? I'll make sure it's that. B. Yeah, it's that one. Here's the... Oops. Put it here. Here's the simple way to do it. There may be a simpler way. This is the simplest way to do it, and it's fast enough that I don't really care to learn a different way. We'll know what it is. A little less, or we could punch it down the octave, although we can't reverse it then. I'll have to bounce it again, but not 3 times, then we'll reverse it. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. However, what did I want to do? Oh, more sustain. Gonna back up to there. Let's pull it out, and we'll pitch it down. Bounce in place. I don't want to slow it down too much because I don't have a super high fidelity to it. And it will get a little glitchy if I try to do that. So there, and then I'm just gonna pitch it down. You can see if you want to do it manually, you can transpose. 12 semitones would be an octave. So that is cool. Should we like downlift it? Wait, that won't work. Although, maybe. No, that won't. How do I make this moment feel larger than the moment before? We could take out the bass. Okay, there we go. Oh, we lost our volume on our drums. Okay, we must have a stray. Ah, there it is. Whoops. That's what we're looking for. That's been turning our drums down. Need the drums to be loud enough. Although I have gotten feedback saying my drums are too loud. So, sorry. Okay, there we go. And then there, okay. Too much. Want it to feel, I want like final release when when I can afford it. Also, maybe like once everything sounds even better than it is with the remaster. I'm not... It's hard enough to buy vinyl. I couldn't afford to make vinyl. Someday, it's on my to-do list. What was I doing? Oh, we're gonna get rid of this chord track. That's just a strange artifact that sometimes comes through from GarageBand. It's just a track that helps you arrange your chords. Sometimes it helps a little bit. Sometimes I tried using the arrangement track. It's a little bit, I don't know. It doesn't work perfectly, so I found it better to just keep the arrangement in my mind. I want it to feel like a crash, but in like the bass drum register instead of like the high up register. Can I just... Is it too much to do like a low chord? And is this the right chord? Whoa! It's like a... That's gonna be too much of like a 7. Pretty sure... Yeah, we're playing a D, so... This could even... What if we really push it and double up these easy toms? You still have a hand free. Could do double toms. Does that work? The same sinking boat. Full of the sunken heart of lack of vinyl. Wow, the time has flown by. Just realized not a lot of time left on the stream. So let's take a look at this guitar. I don't want to pan it all the way up because I like the stereo image that's already set, but I think we can do more to produce it for sure. So let's do the same thing we've been doing on the other tracks. The gain's already pretty low. Let's put some drive on it. That'll distort it more, or a little overdrive it more. The strings didn't come in until the second bar. Or only on the right side. Could bring this in too. This could even, I'm going to do it the way that's easier for me to work on. We completely abandoned the guitars we were working on, but that's okay. Come back to those in a minute. In the meantime, this is at 60. Come on, there. And let's drop it down to like 10. so that they'll build in. This feels almost like it should be like a horn or something. What is this, the fifth? The guitar almost feels too full. Like, is it supposed to be panned all the way out and like turned down? Maybe it's just too loud. I don't know what automation we have on it so far. Too much guitar. Need a little bit more. Is it maybe... What if we like take the bottom end out a little bit with EQ? I want it to feel like distant, but not quiet. That's what we're needing. And this looks like the wrong chord. I'm gonna guess it's the wrong chord. Technically, it could just be doing a different part of the chord. Oh, is it playing an A? It's a weird spot for it. That's a minor 7. Let's switch it to be a B down here. Or, well, we can switch it to be a B. What are some common tones these have? Because that's still F. To make it a B chord, we would also have D. Oh. D. That maybe? Or even just take those out. Another reverse part, but I think on this guitar. That could be cool. Let's bounce it in place. Reverse it. Aha! Almost like static. Or like a feedback kind of swell. And I think even at the end maybe. Haha! Okay. I think it's working. Anything else we need? The drums, I think, are pretty good. The crashes could maybe be balanced out, but I think they can sit. They sit okay. Bass line. I like this bass line. It's fun. Sweet. The guitar, it's going okay. It's good for a MIDI guitar. How about this full part? Now that sounds like a soundtrack. Success. And our guitar part. What's going on here? Are these like thirds? It's cool, pretty high up. Interesting. And then the piano part at the top. How alarming. I like this sleep part. You know what? I'll confess. Oh wait, what did I do? I don't want to marker track. Go away, marker track. I hit a button. brought this up. Oh, it's comma. Nope. Apostrophe. Okay, I'll remember that. Anyway, I confess, I didn't like Beast Theme for a little bit after I put it out. I was shaky on it, and I was like, I'm gonna like it once it's out. And then I was almost regretting it. Listening back to it, well, I'll just say, it felt slow because how like there's not really a lead part in some of it. It's so much of it is built around like just moving through the chords, and there's not a lot of. I thought it would be cool if everything was just like right on the beats, not a lot of syncopation, so it felt like it was just like plodding forward for the whole thing, right? The beat is just on kicks and toms. I thought that would be cool, but then it felt boring. I think that working on it again, especially fixing up this drum part, has helped a lot to fix that feeling. And I was pleasantly surprised listening back through this after not having heard it for a while that I think I like it more than I used to. So hopefully as I continue to work on it, it keeps getting better and I keep liking it more. It at least feels worthy to share space with on the rest of Sound Equals Concept 1. Speaking of, thank you everyone who has watched the remaster for all of Sound Equals Concept 1. Next time we're moving on to number 2, starting with Battle Theme. That one will be fun. That has a lot of guitars. It's a pretty like bombastic track. A lot of stuff going on. It's a track like kind of in between where I started mixing stuff more, but I didn't do it in a great way, so it maybe made it worse. Now we can go in and try to make it better. So thank you everyone who's come, and I will see you next week. First, let's listen through Beast Theme one more time. Here it is. as always, I started editing things as I heard them. Last pass through this part. What if we drop the bass out of this moment? I think it works still. Ooh, and then it fills in. Think we got it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. And guess what? I have an outro screen. So you can enjoy that for a track we won't be working on for a while. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.